What's up, everybody? 08 Camry. Toyota. I mean, y'all probably already know it's a Toyota, but 08, got 2.4 in it, and we're doing an axle on the passenger side. And I'm hoping it's not going to be as bad as some of these Highlanders, because it does kind of have the same bracket up inside of there. I don't know if you can see it, but see the boot is all kind of twisted up, and it's leaking a lot. It's actually dripping on the ground. But we're going to do this, pull the axle out. We're going to have to, I'm going to take the knuckle assembly and kind of loosen it up, which is 3 bolts right here on the bottom of the control arm. They're 17s. Take this tie rod loose right there. It's got a cotter pin. See if I can get it with my fingers. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to get it completely with my fingers, but it's got a cotter pin in it. Don't know what size that is. And then once you do that, you can pull the control arm down and you can take the knuckle assembly out of it. Then there is a 30mm 12-point socket right here. That's the socket I'm using. Sits on there. I don't know what the new one is. We do have the new one over there in the box on the chair, but I'm going to take that off. You can do this in any order you want to. You can do the axle nut first, the control arm, then the tie rod, however you want to do it. I'm going to do tie rod first, that way I can break it loose and then we can turn it so I can kind of get underneath here a little bit better. And then I'll take these out, but I'll leave it in place while I take the axle nut off. So let me get y'all set up so y'all can watch this, and then I'll start taking everything off. And let's see if we can get this cotter pin out. There we go. Cotter pin is out. Don't know what size that is. Let's see if it's 17, the same as all the other ones. Ooh, it is. That makes things a little easier. Maybe help if I turn it the right way. This is day 1 of automotive class. A lot of things are going to be nifty, loosey, righty, tighty. But you do have the exceptions. Things are lefty, tighty, righty, loosey. It's your bolt. Got a hammer to see if we can knock her out of here. Next, I'm going to take the 3 lower control arm nuts and bolts off. There should be, I think, 2 nuts, 1 bolt on these. Yes, 2 nuts, 1 bolt. That sounds like a bad video to me. Now we're going to take this 30mm off. Probably hear a lot of beating and banging next to me. You can actually hear it. I know I was shaking y'all around while trying to do that. I figured I'd let y'all hear it. There is your nut. Like I said, I don't know what the new one has on it. I'm guessing probably a 6.32 millimeter. That's what my guess is. Gonna grab a pry bar. We're gonna pry this thing down and get her out. Get in here. There we go. Get off there. There's that. Now there is a bracket in there. It's got like a squeeze clip just like the Highlanders, and then it has a bolt that keeps tension on. It should have a rubber plug in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that little squeeze spring clip out of there. You can use a long pair of needle nose pliers. You do have enough room to get in here, up inside of here that way. I'll probably see it if I show it to you. Try to get my arm up in here. You probably can't see it, it is a little dark, but my finger's touching it right here. There's just two little squeeze together pieces on that, and then once you get underneath here, you have this bolt right there. I think that's 14. Take it out, and it relieves pressure on the bearing and stuff too, and you should be able to pull it out. Now, if it's anything like Highlanders, I had to take the whole bracket assembly off. At least on this one right here, it is a lot easier to take them off on these than it is the Highlanders, because it's a lot tighter quarters. It is a bigger engine as well. But let me see if I can get that clip out. I thought I had a flashlight with me. I'm just using like this long pair of pliers. And we're just going in on the back side. Squeeze it. Just let it come down. Oh, she came out a lot easier than I thought it would. Forgot my 14 millimeter. This is your little 14. You notice it's got like a little indentation on it. There's a rubber plug that normally sticks up inside of it, in the bracket piece, and it should, it may even fall out, so just keep an eye out for that. It could fall out when you pull this out, or it may fall out whenever you get ready to pry the actual axle out of here. Now we got that. Let me get my pry bar down, and I'm going to climb underneath here, and I'm going to pry on the actual axle. Just kind of go where we can. looks like we're gonna have to take the bracket off. Now on the bracket there are 3 14 millimeters, and there should be 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom, I believe. Yeah, 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. And then we can take the whole bracket out and try to pull the whole assembly out of there. So let me see if I can get that out of there and see what I can do. Okay, we got the axle coming out now. I got the bracket off, and it does move pretty easy. I got y'all underneath here because I want to show y'all this as I'm taking it out in a second. Alright, put a drain pan underneath here because more likely fluid is going to run out. But took the 3 bolts out of it, and it's coming out pretty easy actually. That should be it right there. Yeah, that's it. All right, let me put y'all back up there so I can pull it out. Got to finagle with it a little bit to get everything out. Bracket assembly out on this one too. Yeah, it's a big hole in it right there. So here's the axle and bracket assembly. It actually goes the other way. This is the top of it, that is the bottom. Here's that clip I was talking about. You can see it right there. These get seized in these housings pretty good, and normally I'll try to take off the bracket, but I figured I'd take a chance to see, but it didn't happen. So now what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to break this band, pull this piece off so I can get it in a vise a little bit easier, and then after I do that, it'd give me something to hold on to. I'll probably clamp around the axle, and I'll have to tap on it right here, but I will probably heat this up a little bit and put some penetrating oil on there and see if that'll free it up some. But let me get it kind of set up and see if it'll come out. I'll probably try to show you all the process I'm going to use. I got the talking and forgot to film this, but here is the bearing housing, and what I did, I just set it up in a vise. I kind of show y'all. You can see all the rust on it, but I just set it up in a vise, clamped down right here below the taper, and then I just used a brass punch right here and just tapped on it on the sides right there and there. You can kind of see the brass on it, and then once it started moving and I got to where this was almost level top, kind of like that, I just used this longer aluminum one and just tapped down inside of here and there, and then went on the edges, and it came out, I'd say in about 5 minutes to come out. So it wasn't as bad as I thought. But you can see where it's got like all that rust on it and stuff. I just went over the inside of it as good as I could by hand with some Scotch-Brite. Then I cleaned it up with some brake cleaner, and now we're going to install this. I think this one's been installed before, like had the axle changed, because the rubber piece should be in here, but this one didn't have a rubber piece, so it's really not doing too much as far as like keeping pressure on it. But we will put the bolt back in. I don't have another rubber plunger to go in there, but we'll just put the bolt back in there. I think that torques to like 35, and then these right here torque to 45 on the bracket itself. So I'm going to go ahead and install this, and it does have 2 dowels on the top. Make sure that lines up on. So we're going to install this, torque it down, then I'll put the new axle in. I'll go ahead and show you the part number, and then when I get through, I'll show you how I'm going to torque it and what the torque spec is. But here it is right there. Got the new bearing on there, and as I said before, it does have a 6-point nut. This is import direct from O'Reilly's, not a sponsor. That's just what we use. And here's your part number, T08214. I think you can go off the 86574 as well, but I know that's the manufacturer number right there. But this is it. This is the passenger side. Just to clarify, this is passenger side. It is the long one, and it does have a sport bearing on it. But let me get that put in and installed, and whenever I get ready to torque the nut down, I'll bring y'all back. One thing I will say is go ahead and put your snap ring on right here in front of it before you stick it in. It will make life a little bit easier. So I just want to tell y'all that before I stuck everything in and brought y'all up to speed of where I was at. Got pretty much everything back on. I just got to torque everything down. 3 lower control arm bolts, those are 55. This is going to be 217, and then the tie rod end right here, that is going to be 45. I haven't torqued anything yet. 1, 2, 3, and we'll go down to 4. Okay, got that. May have to adjust that just to get the cotter pin to line up, but we will see. I know I'm moving y'all around. New cotter pin. It's got to go a little bit more. Not much. There we go. Now all we gotta do is torque down the axle nut. That's 217, and I gotta find a long pry bar to put against this, and then I will come back and show you how I do that. I've shown it in other videos, but I like to do it in every video just in case nobody's seen that one before, so y'all do understand how I do it. So as you can see, I got a long pry bar on there, and I got 2 lug nuts holding it, and now torque it. My bar's bending pretty good on this one. Ooh. This one's pretty tight, so I may have to get somebody to hold it for me, but if you're on the ground, you can actually put this against the ground and it will hold better. I just don't have to I had to make this one so long to press up against the actual lift. But if you got somebody helping you, you can make it a little shorter and give it a little bit more stability. So I'm gonna get somebody to help me while I torque this down, but it is 217 foot-pounds. Well, we got it all back together now, and the axle is in. I got it torqued down and all that good stuff. Got the tire back on. I think tire torque's between 80 and 90 foot-pounds. I'll put it in the description below because I got to look it back up. But got her done. Now we're going to go take her on a test drive, make sure everything is good to go. But that is pretty much everything. Been on a axle on one of these on the passenger side. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section. Get to them as soon as possible. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell if you haven't done so already. And we're about 4,050, somewhere around that, subscribers. Less than 1,000 to go, and then we'll be doing another giveaway. Thank y'all for all the support and everything, and y'all got anything y'all need me to help you with, you can hit me up on Instagram or write it in the comment section. I'll help y'all out any way I can. But y'all remember, torque is tight. Y'all have a great day.